Hey guys, this is Doug with fellowshipofthemartyrs.com. Hey guys, this is Doug from fellowshipofthemartyrs.com. I just want to talk to you a little bit today. Be transparent. Maybe ask some of the questions that bother me, stuff that's on my heart. I'm not exactly expecting any answers, although, shoot, if you got some, by all means, email me. And people have asked me why we turned off all the comments on the videos. If you were around when we had the comments on, you realized that I spent a lot of time trying to respond to stuff, and often, wanting to pull my hair out because people would pop off without even seemingly having seen the video. And then we started having some of the folks that are just intent on our murder and destruction, who, it doesn't matter what the video says, they would start, a couple of people in particular, anybody that would comment on our video, these folks would troll through. Anybody that was the least bit supportive would click on their ID and send them a private message saying that I was a cult leader, that we were this, that we were that, making up whatever they wanted to make up, doing some real damage, involving people in their little shenanigans that had no business being involved, doing things that Proverbs 6, the 7 things the Lord hates: haughty eyes, lying tongue, sowing dissent among brethren. Just really bad stuff. I have a problem with Mike Bickle. I have a problem with Todd Bentley. I have a problem with the way the master, in a methodological sense, not a whatever. I have a problem with Andrew Strom. I have a problem with lots of people. I don't go on their website, on their discussion boards, doing everything I can to crash their boards, to sour all their people, to whatever. If somebody comes to me and says, hey, what do you think about so-and-so? I tell them, if the Lord allows, in as gentle as possible terms, as factual, and based on my personal experience and what I know to be true. But the enemy doesn't play fair. And when somebody decides to hate, they're going to hate no matter what you say. Anyway, so for one thing, the Lord had been giving me trouble about all the time I spent with idle words on the YouTube comment section, back and forth with people. A lot of it that did no good, and it was a big waste of time. If there was nothing in my life but YouTube, maybe that would be okay. But that's just a little teeny piece of everything that God's trying to do here, and I can't give it all of my time when people here need attention, need ministry, when emails from real people that are really having real problems and collapses in their life and really need deliverance, really need prayer, whatever. Anyway, so for a number of reasons, we disabled the comments. I don't really need the attaboy, good for you, keep it up, because I'm not doing it for you, I'm doing it for the Lord, and I'm going to keep it up no matter what, so long as He keeps telling me to. It's nice, I appreciate the encouragement, I appreciate the prayers, but I'm not doing it for the applause, I'm not doing it for the pat on the back. And get really tired and sick of the whole, you need a haircut, your beard looks stupid, you're an idiot, whatever stuff. Don't need that either. It doesn't. They're not going to slow me down. It's not going to change my mind. It's just wasted breath, and it's going to bring curses on their head for saying that kind of stuff to me. So, not just to me, but spitting on any child of God. And the whole endless discussion about useless quarrels about this or that. And it just doesn't do any good. Fundamentally, YouTube is not of God. It is a vehicle that we were using to host our videos because we didn't have the bandwidth on our servers to do it. And it's got a lot of attention, and it's got the word out there to a lot of people. And I'm glad, because Sermon Index and GodTube seem to be mostly whitewashed tombs full of dead men's bones, in the sense that if the people that frequent those things haven't already figured it out that there's a problem, I'm not sure what I can say that's going to wake them up and get the scales off their eyes, because they're rich and they think they have need of nothing, and they're really blind, wretched, naked, and poor, but they can't see because they're blind. And I would rather talk to the folks on YouTube and Google Video and LiveLeak and all the other places where we've got videos out there, but I'd like the Christians on YouTube to really consider their words and idle words, and how they're going to have to answer for every idle word. There will be a judgment, and every man's works will be judged. The books will be opened, and all of us will have to answer for every idle word. Now, we may get to the end of that trial before an almighty, just, holy God, and Jesus will step forward and take the rap for us. And every nail, every thorn, every whip, every whatever will be delivered to him instead of to us for our sin. And I don't want that trial to last any longer than necessary, and I don't want any of that stuff. I don't want to, Jesus wants us to be holy, at least in part because he's got to take our rap. And so the more we clean up our act, the less he's got to, suffer in that sense. I'm just riffing here. Don't give me theological problems. Anyway, I'm not sure there's any winning this situation. I'm frustrated to a degree because the Lord restrains me from defending myself. And then he says, okay, now defend yourself. And the people making accusations and saying whatever fool thing they want to say without any basis in actual fact in most cases, or twisted up into a pretzel to make themselves sound like they're the hero and they're the wise ones. If you don't defend yourself, they say you're a coward and that you're hiding and that you're not transparent. If you do defend yourself, then they say, oh, you've got an answer for everything. Well, yeah, you asked me a question. I'm not just making crap up out of nowhere here. You asked me a question, I'm going to try and have an answer, and I'm going to try and have a really good answer. And I might have an answer that makes you look like an idiot. Then they block you and won't talk to you, won't answer your questions, won't respond about the lies they told. And they say you're not acting like Jesus because you're defending yourself, and you should take it like a lamb led to the slaughter. Well, at some point he comes back with a sword out of his mouth, destroying his enemies. And I don't know. I don't know how we do that. I don't know how we walk that out. It's easier to love your enemies without sinning than it is to take a bullwhip to the temple and turn over the tables without sinning. And yet Jesus does both, and he's perfect love in both occasions. And I'll admit that I don't know how to... It's my phone buzzing. I don't know how good I am yet at turning over the tables and taking a bullwhip to people in pure love. I know it's coming. He's going to start hitting pulpits with lightning. And somebody's going to have to pray that in. I mean, he's going to walk up to somebody, the Lord is going to whisper to somebody and say, pray that will happen. Oh, come on, Lord. I don't want to pray that. Yeah, pray it. And then it'll happen. And that person will get blamed, but it wasn't their idea. They didn't want to do it. Anyway, I don't know what we're going to do with this, but I just encourage you to be real careful with your words. And if you say you love Jesus, then act like Jesus, or else. Thanks for listening.